up though? We out here walking, so I don't know if the wind is gonna be picking up. So I'm gonna put both headphones in. I should have wore my mic, but I wasn't thinking. Just in case you didn't know, you now tuned in to another episode of A Melanated Hypothesis with your girl, Tori V. What up though? I am, come on, bye-bye. I'm walking the dog clearly right now. But I'm trying to make sure that I think the noise cancellation got me confused with my earphones are working, but I think that should be the sign that they are. Come on, Bubba. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. People driving around. Lord, what are we talking about today? Let's make this a walk with God. Just a conscious flow of whatever. What are the things that's on my mind right now that I want to just kind of go over? When we talk about healing, a few things that's on my mind is self-image still, healing self-image. I think that's where I'm at right now with really trying to know self. I know why I do things, and I'm accepting of things that I do, the things that I can control, and the things that I cannot control. However, there are things that I can control that I do not like. And so it means that I'm going to have to take the effort, make the effort to change them. One of those things I was just talking to my sister about earlier. Come on, Baba. One of those things being not knowing if I'm sorry, I'm looking at the dog. But not knowing if alright. I like to be regular. Kick it, just chill, not necessarily dress up for anybody in particular. Totally be myself, right? So because I like doing that, and I've done that for so long, I don't know if me not wanting to dress up, not wanting to be super presentable, if that comes, that being bummy look, if that comes from a low self-esteem, if that's me still being conditioned to how I acted when I wasn't working on my self-esteem, didn't have or know my self-worth, or if I truly feel like society standards are shit, I don't have to meet them, right? And then also sometimes I struggle with at what point, I want to be feminine, and I definitely feel like inside I'm feminine, and I'm working more on being able to listen in that feminine essence, because it takes a strong woman to just sit here and let you say whatever the fuck you want to say and it not be, and not say anything back, just take it all in. If the shoe fits, wear it, if not, throw it away, but be able to just kind of gauge where you are mentally instead of having to respond at every stupid thing or interesting thing or whatever, everything you say. It takes a strong person to just not saying it. So, I know you hear the dogs now. Stop it. So I'm like, I want to be that. I see that in me, but I don't stop. Stop it. So, I'm walking right now. So we're gonna talk about this. But so, of course, I want to bring somebody in who can kind of go over what it is I'm feeling. How can we heal from this? Because how do I find the middle ground? I see so many people, 9 times out of 10, I pull up on somebody. They dress like whatever, maybe not bummy, but just very casual. And that's my thing. I don't necessarily want to be bummy, right? But I do currently not put the effort into my looks. I know that I'm naturally pretty. I naturally have beauty and shape, so I don't put effort into it at all, right? And so I know that has to change because I need to put some effort into it. I put effort into like taking showers and brushing my teeth and just that aspect, right? But as far as like, and I do know that I had a more sense of self-care. So it took me a while to fully care for myself properly, well into being an adult. Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't value myself. I didn't see any value in taking care of me. I put all that time into taking care of someone else. So now it's like, okay, so perhaps my uh, self-image is still morphed based on those conditions of you don't have to take care of yourself. And so now that I want to take care of myself, I still don't necessarily want to put the image into it, but I'd rather put the funds in it. So I don't mind going to somebody to do my hair, right? And paying them because I know that I am not going to do it. I never made a habit of that. And that's not something that I want to put the effort into learning how to do. I got one hairstyle down, which is why I always rock these little butterfly locks because that's the only one I know how to do by myself. It works for me. If I'm not doing this little quote unquote grown and sexy style, I'm gonna have two puffs. You feel me? I'm gonna have two puffs like a little kid. I'm gonna have one big puff, but I don't like putting the big puff on my head because it breaks the middle of my hair. Just be sitting there. So I hit the two puffs, okay? Bow bow. You feel me? And so instead of me doing that, my grown and sexy was, all right, I'm finna rock these butterfly locks like Brandy rocked the braids. Like, what you mean? Every time you see me, I'm gonna have these braids, these butterfly locks. Like every time you see Brandy, okay? She had them braids. I'm fine with that. That works for me. These could be the signature locks. I don't care. Like, I'm not tripping because it's still in my head. What I value most is my brain. So to me, that's my greatest weapon. That's the most valuable thing I have. So if I became how you say a paraplegic, I don't care. I mean, I would like roll me outside, like show me what to do, how I can get out there, because I really need to go outside for a roll or a walk, okay? But my brain, that give me time to sit and get my brain together. To, now I don't got no excuse but to personal develop. Now I don't have no excuse but to uh, do stuff with my mind, write the book, start the whatever. Get the community together, create the event. I got time to coordinate that motherfucker, don't I? Like, you feel me? Like, as for me, it's my brain. It's nothing that my body can give me that my brain can't. Even orgasm, like I can thank myself into that. That intimacy. It's about that. It's about the imagination, right? So I can get myself all hot and bothered just like I can get myself mad, sad, or something else. So I'm not tripping off of, or I never have tripped off of, I'm grateful, Lord. I'm for sure grateful for my legs and grateful for my body and grateful, for the things that I don't even see that I have, see that I hold yet. But I also am extremely grateful for my mind, for how powerful my mind is. And sometimes even I get stuck and I get um, down, or I have been bullied to the point of suicidal ideologies and everything, right? But I still know that my mind is fierce. It's fierce. It's something. What is it like to be reckoned with? I don't know the exact quote. Boy, they almost made me fall. I don't know the exact quote, but pretty much that. Yes, a force to be reckoned with. There you go. My mind, for sure. So when I think about, is it still conditioned to not feeling like I mattered, I was enough, I was valuable, I should have been valued. Nobody ever valued me. I was never valued with words. A lot of people had love language of gifts. I was never valued with gifts. So all the ways that I saw people being valued growing up, I was never valued in those ways. So I figured it was for the light skinned people or the skinny people or the people who don't say what they're feeling. They just let you walk all over them, because even though I was bigger and, I may not have fit in or whatever, I had an opinion and I read a lot and I seen a few things. So if that didn't seem right or sound right or look right, I was going to say something. And, kids are supposed to be seen, not heard. So I was always the problem child for having an opinion, right? And so of course that made me not be valuable, because I'm back talking and I'm saying something that may very well be true that you haven't had exposure to yet. And because of that, I was talked down to. So I still didn't know value. I had never seen value, or how it was conducive to my life. Dogs are barking at us. Come on. So I didn't know. I didn't know that value was for me, that was something that, right? I didn't know. So I stayed by my lonesome. I did my own thing. And then when I started to get attention from guys, and I got attention from guys as a teenager, but when I started to get attention from guys as an adult, I wasn't tripping off that. Like, I was into my studies. And then the guys, like, if they couldn't court me, I already had it in my head. If you can't court me, if you can't, like, if we gotta sneak around, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be somebody's quote unquote prized possession. I want you to introduce me to your mama. Like, whatever the case may be, if I gotta be a secret, I didn't want to be that, because to me that didn't feel value. So I was looking for value. I wanted to be courted. I didn't want to do nothing in the closet or the back seat or, in the back of the metro or anything like that. I didn't like the way it made me feel when people tried to hide me. Like, oh, you fucking with the big girl, but you don't want nobody else to know. Like, no. Nope. But I didn't know that meant value, that I was trying to find value for myself, that I felt like I was valuable or worth these things. I didn't understand, I didn't put those two things together, right? And so now, over the years, as I've been putting more things together and building up that self-worth and that self-value, I'm still super comfortable with chilling, having on a hoodie, throwing on some workout clothes and going, not doing my edges, because for what? I finna be ripping and running. I finna gel them down just for them to pop back up frizzy because they're not trained. Like, do I need to train them? Why do I need to train them? Natural as hell. They're frizzy. Like, that's what they're supposed to do. Right? And so I wonder, is that another level of value that I have to tap into? Because, like, I should feel beautiful. And sometimes when I go out into the world, when I'm in the house by myself, when it's just me and my mirror, I'm beautiful. When it's me and God, man, I'm beautiful. I feel beautiful. But then when I go out, or if I go to Atlanta, everybody's gonna be dappered down, dressed up, and I'm like, okay, do I need to, or even if it's dressed down, like style is one thing. I don't never know what to put on my body. I'm shaped, I'm shapely. So stuff don't always fit right. And then my feet, I got fat feet, so I need shoes that properly fit right. And so I just do what's comfortable. If these moccasins or these Crocs are comfortable, bitch, I'm wearing them every day, every single day, because I don't want to put the effort in. Keep going like I'm in a weird state where before I couldn't fit nothing in the store. Now I'm starting to fit stuff in the store, or stores are starting to buy shit that fit me. I don't know, but I still am not a big go shopping person, right? I still want to build the business up. I still want to go out and take my walks. I still want to just chill and live simple and country living and shit, like, but then when I have to be around people when it's time to socialize, of course, I start to feel like, oh, you don't fit, you don't belong, your makeup isn't popping, or you don't have any name brands on, or whatever. And for me, knowing myself, I ain't tripping off name brand. Personally, I want some black companies that have some nice bags and black lip glosses. I love lip gloss. I only do clear. Like, I'm very just my full essence. I want my full essence to show. Like, if you got something that will, come on, Baba. If you got something that will maximize my beauty, enhance my beauty, but not something that covers it up, I don't need to cover it up. I want to get to a space of, I put the effort in washing my face. So when I step out, I shouldn't need no filter. We shouldn't need to do no extra, right? Like, let me be beautiful. But at the same time, if you was going to put me on a magazine or something, like, yeah, go ahead and airbrush me real quick or whatever. Like, there's certain things, like if I'm coming to your ball, yes, I'm dressing up and I'm going to do magic, right? But if you trying to go bowling, I'm probably, it really depends, because at the same time, like I said, this is, as I'm looking at this, it's like, okay, this is the area where I'm feeling like you're conditioned. So if we're going bowling, I need you to be presentable. Why? Not for you. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, on one hand it is for me, because I just said sometimes I pull up somewhere and I feel out of place because of how I look. So it's for me because I know that the world I live in and this is what's to be expected, right? But on the other hand, it's not for me because I know what to be expected from the world. What I expect from myself is to just be clean and to feel good, right? And that looks good to me. Now, certain things like my hair, sometimes it gets a little frizzy, and I be so in a focus mode of like launching the podcast or whatever the case may be, that I'm just not focused on that. And so then whenever the like stressful event or the big thing happens, then it's like, okay, let's do the hair and, let's go get a massage and a facial or whatever the case may be. Let's do some care time for myself, because I know when I go in on a project, I'm not going to be focused on any minute things. My hair is minute to me. My hair is minute to me. I didn't cut all my hair off before. Bald out here. And it grew back. Matter of fact, when I turned 21, I went bald. I was like, let me see what that'd be like. I was cute, got a round head, okay? After my breakup, I was like, damn, I should cut my hair. Matter of fact, right before we broke up, I was like, I'll probably cut my hair. Now I'm thinking about dreads, but I like butterfly locks. So why don't I just keep getting them? And then every once in a while, I never had a weave before, like a real long one of them joints. Like I never had that. Like I ain't really tripping off that, you know. I would like to have it, to try it, but I don't see it being something that I'm just gonna, because I don't like my hair in my face. And I'm not finna keep swinging that shit. Like, you know, like trying to get it out of my face. I cut that shit so quick, boy. What? So, there's certain things is just not me. Like, I'm gonna be the girl that always got Brandy, bruh. Like, I'm gonna be the girl that always got the braids. Like, I'm not finna put, like, you really gonna have a ball for me to, like, get the long joint. Cause, what? And I don't even like long braids. I like shoulder braids, shoulder blade length. Nothing too crazy, okay? Because I don't know, like, I just want to be regular. Like, I don't want to be extra or just, like, it's okay. Everybody don't have to be extra. Some people want to be extra, grandiose, and I'm sure that's for a reason. That ain't me. Like, that's not me. I definitely want to, it's something I'm building up to, making the world be known that I'm in the game. Like, hey, hello, I'm a podcaster, I'm here. Hey, hello, we're doing the events, we're here. Hey, hello, I'm an author, I'm here. And knowing my worth and my value so that I can say that and not feel like, oh, let me say it in the back. Let me catch a few people as they're walking out the door and let them know that I got a book. No, hello, hey, how you doing? I'm Victoria Littlejohn, author of You're Not Crazy. Get your copy. Okay, we got to heal. And I know after that last relationship, you were feeling like, bro, I'm crazy. Like, am I tripping? No, you're not. No, you're not. So get my book. Tap into it, right? Free sale coming soon. I'm excited. Like now I'm in a space where my offers, my voice, anything that I got going on, I know my value. So I'm telling people, and who gonna stop me, huh? Like, what can anybody else say to me? Because I'm so valuable. I have so much value, right? And I know it. I don't need anybody else to say it. I don't need anybody else to prove why it's true or not, because I know it for myself. And so as I know this in my head, I'm still seeing myself behaving in certain ways where it's like, hey, maybe you still don't know your value. And so that means that I have to process and check myself. Hey, why are you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Why don't you put in more time to do your hair? Do you see your hair as valuable? Not really. It's not high on my value list. Oh, okay. So how can we fix that problem if that's how you feel? Well, I'm willing to dish out a certain amount of money for somebody else because I think that their expertise is valuable, right? Because I don't give a fuck about the graphics on some shit personally, right? However, I know that with marketing, graphics is important. I don't value that shit, but I know that the graphic designer does. And so I'm going to pay them, and they're going to do an amazing job and take care of that whole thing for me. So is the hairstylist, right? So is the copywriter, right? So is the printer, right? So is whoever makes all the apps that I use, right? So it goes hand in hand. And so it's like I once I do the work, I realize where I am. Now I need to clean up that residue, those extra behaviors that's lacking over. Because I know that I value myself, and I know that I'm worth whatever, and I know that I have a mindset that is my greatest weapon, and nobody can take that from me. But how do they know? They see me as the brown paper bag because I don't have no good wrapping paper on. So they don't know what's inside. And being realistic, that's how the world is going to think. They're going to see me as a brown paper bag if my hair is not done, if I don't look as presentable as possible or as quirky and original as possible. Whereas I haven't even looked at that box of life of style. I haven't even really looked at that to see what it is I do like and don't like. That's a room that I haven't even touched yet. I'm doing all this healing, especially with the back work and the child work, working on my complex PTSD, my childhood PTSD, but then working on style and how that PTSD led me to behave or treat myself. Now I looked on it a little bit because I had to start my self-care journey, but then this is another room. This is a closet right here that I haven't even opened. And so here I am opening it. And I've been talking about this for a while, so it's not the first time I've just discovered it, but I'm actually, now I can share it with you all because like maybe you feel similar to me. Maybe you're having that same issue where you 100%, maybe not 100%, but you surely value yourself. You surely love and care for yourself, and you are moving in the direction of doing everything possible to make sure that you win for yourself, right? But then you're doing these things that are distasteful. You're doing these things that are distasteful, that don't show your value within yourself. And so that means there's some wounds, there's some residue from when you didn't that's still lingering, right? You know, there's some things that you're still conditioned about. And that just takes a mindset shift. You know, it just takes a mindset shift where you need to be aware. For me, specifically, I have to be aware that this is an issue. Now, okay, I'm stepping out. Did you make yourself presentable? Since I was little, have been the type of person that will go on whatever the fuck is near so I can go do whatever the fuck I gotta do. Right? So if I wasn't, and on one hand, I did coordinate, but my father taught me how to coordinate. So I would match my sneakers to my shirt, and my shirt would always be something Nike or, I need 2 kicks, or I was very much tomboy. I didn't know how to do that in girl. My mom never showed me that, right? I didn't know how to do that in girl. And then I'm a young lady, and she's a little older. And so we shop and they dress in 2 different ways. Now she dressed hip now, but back when I was younger, it was like she was trying to dress me business casual, and it was just like this not gonna pop at the school dress down day, right? I don't know, So I wasn't tripping off that. And then I wore uniform, so it wasn't that many times I wore uniform and I had jobs, so I always had uniform. So when the fuck do I need to wear clothes? So when I'm wearing stuff, it's very sweatpants, some kicks, and a hoodie. Like that's what, and I used to get compliments on my hoodie, right? Preferably yellow. People used to always compliment me when I had on yellow, which is crazy because that's my daughter's color. But anyway, um, fast forward. But so I am, I remember meeting this girl and we met online. This was back when I was dating women. But we met online and I didn't know how to, I didn't know that women was drawing on their eyebrows, filling them in and stuff. I didn't know how you got the perfect eyebrow. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know anything about makeup. I put up in some, Nike Dunks or something. And I was fly, but I looked like a tomboy. I had bone straight hair. I didn't know my hairstylist didn't tell me to get a bump or make it curl or anything. It was just bone straight. And I just thought yeah, you can see the length of it straight, so it was just bone straight. And I pulled up my pretty smile, my bone straight hair, and I had on a little hoodie and some Nike Dunks or Bigs or something, I don't know, okay, and some jeans, and it was just bro, you look like me, But in my head, I'm super soft and super feminine and super just, oh my goodness, I just want to be loved on and I just want to cater and I just want to be happy. But I look like, yeah, what's up? Like, y'all try to play 202? Like, that's what the fuck it was given, right? That's what it was given. But I didn't know. I had no idea. I didn't have a sense of style, right? And so after a while, that just became the way it was. Like, okay, cool. I don't have a sense of style. This is what I wear. This is how I look. People know me for this. People know me for this. And that's it. Like, I don't got to change because this is what it is. But that's not always, that's, like, we got to really dig deep into that. Look at those signs. I was doing that because I didn't have a sense of style because nobody did show me. And I did a few times try to go find people to be my stylist and to help me figure out what was unique to me or what things that I liked to wear that felt comfortable to me. But it was never through any avail. I never found anybody to do it well, so it just became something that was put on the burner, on the back burner. And so granted, I do want to have a sense of style. Like that is something that I think about. I just forgot to do it, and I stopped putting the effort into it. And so, if you got a T-shirt, like I rock that T-shirt all the time. Like if I buy a hoodie, I rock that hoodie all the time. Like I live on the road, so I don't carry a whole bunch of clothes. I got workout clothes, which is typically what I wear because at any moment I can go for a walk or hit the gym, go to kickboxing, right? When I'm doing events and when I'm showing up, I have like my business casual, dress down casual clothes. And then that's it. Like I'm trying to move out of just putting shit together. Like stuff that don't go together. Like I will literally put on, like the other day I had on one checkered shirt or jacket, some checkered dressy pants, and like a t-shirt. Like it's just what? What are you doing? I'm going to the store. Like that's because I don't go nowhere. So it just be like, all right, you finna get dressed to go to Family Dollar or something like this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Finna throw on this Tommy. Okay, I'm finna throw on these Lane Bryans or Target or whatever the fuck this is. Your pants came from. Okay, finna get it popping with this Millionaire Dollar Club shirt. Like what? That don't match. But again, that is me being able to. That's me not, or that's me being conditioned rather to just, you know, putting clothes on like I'm going to my quinceañera. It's laundry day. Like that's the joke I make all the time because it's laundry day. Like I don't know. I didn't even think about it. Right? So part of me building up value is fucking thinking about it. Thinking about, all right, what do you want to look like? Who do you want to be? When you walk into the room, who do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody that's respected? Do you want to be somebody that has dignity? Do you want to be somebody that wears their head high? Do you want to be somebody that is seen as an authority? Do you want to be somebody who, like, what do you want to be? Right? And so if I think about who I want to be, that's going to show me how to eat, what to dress, when to get up, all different types of things because who do I want to be when I get there? I have an event coming up and I'm going to be announcing my book. Who do I want to be? I already know I want to be somebody who stands out. I want to be memorable. Okay? So I'm going to wear yellow because I want to be memorable, right? But then I also want to be a person who is supportive. So I want to support other women and what they're doing. My best friend's sister is going to be a speaker. So that's the reason why I initially came, and then I saw what they offered for the ticket, so I was like, oh, well, let me be a sponsor, right? So, come on. So I thought about who I wanted to be, and then even with buying the ticket, now I could have bought a virtual ticket, I could have bought a general admission ticket, but I wanted to be a sponsor. Why did I want to be a sponsor? Well, I have an offer that I would like to get in front of these type of people, business women, bosses, women supporting women, people with platforms, people who may be dealing with uh, still healing, people in general that still need to heal, but are seeking the healing, right? So yeah, I want to get in front of these people. So one, being able to do that, knowing my value, knowing that I have something valuable to say and do. And then who do I want to be when I get in front of these people? I want to be able to talk and express myself and use my beautiful smile to tell them this is something that I think is going to change our culture. You know, it's going to be a great pillar in our culture many years from now. That's what my hopes are for my book. And you all can get in early and get a signed copy. So definitely support the movement, a melanated hypothesis. We are literally building the digital underground railroad for healing. It's time, and I'm grateful, right? Who do I want to be? I want to be this authority. So what do I need to do so that I can be this person? Well, I need to get people on board. Well, I need to get my website up. Well, I need to get flyers or whatnot. Well, I need to get a few copies of my book so that I can sell them on the fly, right? Which means that I need to finalize my book. I need to get my book cover, right? Who do I want to be? In order for me to do all these things, I have to know that I'm worth it. Or when I start on the journey of going after certain things and it starts to get frustrating or too hard, I'm going to, in my head, say, oh, this is too much for you. You're feeling overwhelmed. You don't need to do this. No, I have to know my worth and know who it is I'm trying to be, what it is I'm trying to be, right? And the clearer my path is on that, the easier it is for me to say, actually, no, this is what I'm doing. I don't have to ask for validation because I know that this is what I'm doing. God told me to drop the podcast. Out of freaking nowhere, he said, you need peelers. So I got all these podcast episodes. Now I got to record new podcast the day that it drops, all right? Cool. No, that's fine. Let's do it, right? So it's like everything happening for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. And so I have to believe in myself that everything is happening for a reason. I have to build connection and not attachment. So if I'm building the connection to God, I know when he's talking to me or when stuff starts to just, like when the connections start to be super strong, like drop the podcast, you got 2 weeks, boom, you got an event. With this event, I just gave you this money. So with this money, I want you to pay for this ticket for this event. That means that you have to be structured and write and finish the book and do a few little pieces so that you can make sure that this book is set up. And then Valentine's Day is coming around. So I need you to have this book out so that people who are going through hard times during Valentine's Day can know that they are not crazy and start to develop and get on their journey, their healing journey. This book is going to help and propel so many people, give so many people an understanding. I pray and I am thankful to be able to use my brain and God to write it and get out the information, right? But I have to be obedient and I have to believe in myself. I have to believe in a higher self. I have to believe in my God. I have to know my value. And then I have to know the signs of when I'm not knowing my value, right? I have to be able to see that residue. I have to know what is lingering, what is just me, and what is something that I have been conditioned to be, whether I conditioned myself or whether the world conditioned me. I have to be able to look and see it for myself. And it all is connected. So all of those things that I'm doing back then and all those things that held me back and made me feel like, oh, I just want to be quiet and sit in the back. Now that I'm healing those same things got me in the front. Like, hey, y'all, I got this book coming out. You're not crazy, okay? It's your guide to healing from within. Like, I promise you. I haven't got a tagline right now, but basically that's what it is. It's your guide to help you heal from within so that you can reach your fullest potential. Or you can go after your fullest potential. Like, who knows if we'll ever reach it, but you're going to go after it after you start to heal because you're going to believe that you can do anything. Your mentality is what matters the most, and that's your mind. Okay? Nobody can take that from you. So we need to heal it. All right? And there's certainly levels to it. Right? But this is just part one. So I'm just hoping that the journey that I'm on, you're on too. If you're on it, let me know. Comment your city and state, where you're from. What do you need? What do you think you need? How can I help? How can we help? Because we're building a community, and there might be somebody right in your city that got what you need and you got what they need. But make sure you put your city and state, because I'm going to pull up on you. If you didn't know, this is a traveling podcast, getting ready to go out on the road. I don't know when this episode is dropping, so we might be out there. All right? We might be out here already. I just want to make sure I'm on the ground and I'm helping people and giving practical tools. If we need to have a session, like let me be your hip hop therapist. If we need to have a session and really go over and dig deep into what's going on with you, let's do it. Book a call with me. Hit me up on melanatedhypothesis.com. Follow me on Tori Victories. That's Tori with the I. TORIVICTORIES. Okay? We are a healing collective, and it's so time. It's so time for us to question culture, question ourselves. Like, it's time, okay? It's levels to this self-worth and levels to this self-value, and we're going to get it there, okay? So don't think somebody's switching up when you see them changing. No, they're just growing, and you should be too, okay? Have you done some healing today? Make sure you process. When I say healing, I mean process. Sit and think about your day. Sit and think about why you did what you did. If you got mad today, why did you get mad? What triggered you? If you was upset today, if you was bland today, why? How you feeling? How you feeling? Okay? We're doing mental health checks every day. How you feeling? Let me know. Hit me up. I love you. If nobody else tells you today, I promise you, I love you. Hit me up. Because we are all we got. Nobody else is going to save us. But as long as you're trying to save yourself, somebody is willing to help. And if nobody else, I am. But don't be trying to play me because we won't play them. But anyway, make sure you do some healing today. Peace and healing, y'all. Be great.